This is me sitting here drinking wine out of a bottle. Classy. Eating some chewing de Alicante. Classy. And a bit of puro almendras. Lovely. I've had some crisps. Really healthy food. I've been to the termas today. That was wonderful. I didn't take any photos because there were a lot of other people there, and I just felt like I would be encroaching on their privacy. There were a few naked men. Men like getting naked, don't they? They just love it. So I didn't go in naked. I had my leggings and my vest top and my bra on. I was originally just going to paddle because I didn't expect there to be so many people. There were at least 8 camper vans and a couple of cars. But in the springs there were probably about 10 people dotted about. There's a number of different pools. So the first one I went in, the bottom was really slimy because there must be like a special algae that grows in hot sulfurous water. And in the centre of the pool was the sort of spout where the hot water was coming out from. So I kind of, shuffled along on the slimy bottom to the middle to feel how hot it was. It was so cool. And then shuffled back out before I fell over and made a fool of myself. And then there was another one further over that was shallower and had sandy kind of volcanic soil on the bottom. And so you could get in and it was like a hot bath, like you've never been in. You could float in it. It was the most relaxing thing. I lied down fully immersed with just my face above the water, and this beautiful bird of prey looked like maybe a red kite or a buzzard, or I don't know what the birds are around here, but it flew directly above me, so its silhouette was just flying about, I don't know, 100 meters above me, directly from where my feet above, directly across my path of vision. I shut my mouth just in case it dropped a packet on its way past, but it didn't. But what a moment. It was so beautiful. And there's like floating, it's like that womb therapy, that floating tank therapy, but a million times better because you're in a natural hot spring pool built thousands of years ago by the Romans, with nature all around you and birds of prey flying overhead. I mean, you can't explain it. It was just wonderful. And I just felt all my tension melting away. It was just wonderful. I could have stayed there all day. But there were lots of people there. And after about 20-25 minutes in that hot water, you start having a hot bath. You're like, yeah, that's enough. So I got out and I dunked myself in the cold spring pool very quickly because it was bloody cold. And then back again in the slimy one very quickly just to warm myself up again. Not that I was cold. I mean, it's a lovely day. Beautiful. Perfect temperature for that sort of thing. I don't know how people go in those hot springs when it's baking. I really don't. But yeah, it was so nice. And then I thought I'd go to the Pozo Caldo, Pozo Favenza Pozo Caldo, I think it's called. Probably saying it completely wrong, but anyway, it's basically a waterfall pool in the rocks up here, but you have to park up and then walk down to it, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But then I saw this place. I had no idea it was so high up in the mountains. Oh my goodness, the roads. Oh, hairpin bend after hairpin bend. Up, backwards and forwards, going up and up and up. The sides are like a sheer drop. Oh, I tell you, scary. Really scary. A couple of cars passed me on the way as well, so I had to move right over. I was like, no. And then I saw this spot, this parking. They've got parking spaces and solid granite picnic tables. Some of the picnic tables here are like really ancient. They're covered in lichen and weather worn, so they've been here for hundreds of years. But some are new, but the parking space is new. And I just love that about Galicia. There are so many of those little pullovers on the side of the road, little interesting spots, little camera, like photo opportunities, or just the opportunity to just stop and look. It's, and they maintain them. They're all nice and tidy. People don't leave their rubbish. I've seen a little bit of rubbish here and there, but nothing like you'd find in the UK. I mean, the countryside in England is littered with rubbish everywhere you go. But here, people respect their countryside and they enjoy it, and they take the time to enjoy it. And that is just worth its weight in gold. So just to give you a little taster of this stunning view that I'm sitting here enjoying with my bottle of wine and my sweets and crisps. That's me. It's just amazing. Those are the Azores Mountains, and that's Portugal that way. Bondi is over to the left, and where I'm staying is a little village just nestled down below me actually. And over in the far right corner over there is the Loibos Lake, the Encora de Loibos, or Lobios. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but that is the lake, and that's fed by the River Limia, which also feeds the freshwater lake close to us. In Bondi, further up there to the left, it's called Encora das Conchas, and that is fed by the River Limia, amongst other rivers, little rivers and streams running into it. And the Limia runs very close to the bottom of our land. And so I feel connected to this landscape. It's quite astounding how connected I feel. This ruggedness, this just peacefulness. I love that, the messiness of the mountains and the rocks and the way they look like they've just burst out of the ground, just in a big pile. Like, here I am. And the little towns up there on the side of the mountains. I mean, I love that. I love that people went up there and built homes and for generations. It's just great. You hear a dog barking in the distance. But it is just special. It's special here. I love it. I can't wait for this to be my home. I do really feel the connection here. I feel like I belong. I feel like this place is calling me. And there's so many bees. I love that. Bumblebees, so many bees. And that is an indication that there's not a lot of pesticide use, if any, here. They don't use nasty stuff. I mean, especially around our finca. There's so many bees. Solitary bees, bumblebees, honeybees. I haven't seen any of those hornets, those Asian hornets. I've seen a few traps here, actually, up here. There's a few traps out and about. So they've obviously got them in the region, but I've seen other beehives locally that don't have any kind of traps or covers on them to stop the hornets getting in. So yeah, I suppose we'll find out once we're here. Talking of bees, there's one. Can you hear it? A bumble. So yeah. This place feels like home already. It really does. I love just sitting here. The peacefulness. Apart from me waffling on, of course. Anyway, I'm going to finish my wine and enjoy this view.